we cannot just end this here by kind of throwing in the towel and saying, well, I'm tired now, I'm not going to think about next year. Well, if you start next year and you haven't thought about this, you're already one step behind, right? You're going to... G'day podcast tribe, Gerold here on the Unlock Your Growth podcast. This is the podcast that helps you to accelerate your business growth and to add real value to your customers and make a lasting change in the world around you. Well, friends, I'm happy that we can be back in the studio again today, and I welcome once again, as always, my co-host Christian here with me in the studio. Good afternoon, Christian.
Good afternoon, Pastor Gerold. How are you?
I'm good, and you? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm always ready. You know?
Uh-huh.
It's a joy to be here and just share value and meet. This is our meeting with our tribe.
Yes, our meeting with the tribe. So, and it's drawing closer to year end. And towards year end, most of us, we are kind of thinking about when we can take a break and when we can forget about all the things, forget about the business, forget about the stress, forget about the things we need to do and just maybe go away or maybe just relax and get to those small things that you never get to around the house, or maybe just... chill and not do much, just switch off. It's that kind of here. But being the kind of people that we are, we don't want to just forget about the fact that there is a new year approaching soon, and if we are not ready for the new year, it's going to take us by surprise. And that's what we want to talk about today. We're going to talk about there's going to be 4 ultimately, but we're going to start with 2 P's that is going to help you to make sure that you succeed in 2023, so that you can get the most out of the new year, the most for yourself and the most for your business. So I'm gonna ask Christian to introduce the 2 P's, so you can introduce all 4 if you want to. But then we're going to get into those 2 P's in order to help you guys to start thinking about these things and start being ready for the new year.
Oh, thank you so much. It's very important for us to be ready for 2023. And this can apply not only for like in 2023, but this can be applied in all your life, like all the years. You can apply the same things, And as he said, I have to announce, and it's a pleasure for me to announce.
Is pleasure one of the P's? I'm going to confuse you now.
The first P is purpose. And the second one is passion. I know all of us I don't know about you and about you, but I have a purpose in everything that I do, and I have passion. But we are going to talk about the first one and then go a little bit deeper, and we'll develop the first and the second one, and the other 2. I don't know if we have to talk about that, but I think that will be in the second part.
Next week's podcast. So I think what we can do is we can tease it a little bit at the end of today's podcast, and then we'll let them wait for a week. Just because we love this tribe so much, we want you guys to be excited about what's coming next week as well. But this week we have some really cool topic to talk about, which is those 2 that Christian mentioned, and that is to have purpose and to have passion. And those 2 sound very similar. Are they the same, or are they different?
No, they are not the same. They are not the same. I was just checking as well with purpose is your intention. It's your intention of doing something. example, my 2023, what do I want to do? What do I want to become? And then that's my purpose. And then for my purpose, I can now build up other things that comes after that. We're not going to talk about the other P's,
Yes.
because all the P's, for you to succeed in your year, you have to have all the four, because they're always together. They goes together, all of them. So the passion is just the purpose is what do you want to become? What do you want to do with your 2023? That's all about that. And I don't know if I want to say mine. I must
go
say
for
mine.
it. We can give it as an example,
For example, me, I want to grow. I want to grow more, and I want to do things that I was not able to do this year.
Yes.
So that's my purpose. That's my purpose. And the passion now, I always call the passion is it's like the fire that will push you through your purpose, because having a purpose without that fire, you won't do anything, and you will just be like a dreamer. You are just like someone who's dreaming, because the passion is the things that push us to do things up to what we can do with our own power and our ability.
And to enjoy it, right? Because otherwise, if you don't have passion, then your purpose, instead of being a P, it becomes a B, which is a burden. It's not a purpose now, it's a burden. And I like how these two things really speak about our why. Those two together. Two P's make a W. Why? Because why? Right? So it's like my purpose, in which is what do I believe I need to achieve next year? What I believe I'm here for next year. We believe that God has given us purpose in this life, and every day is there because every day is significant and it has purpose. It's not by accident. So if we get to live through next year, then definitely there is a purpose to that. And if our purpose is not clear to us, we will not know where to direct our passion. So it's cool because our purpose gives a target for our passions, but our passion, like you said, Christian, that our passion puts a fire inside of us in order to drive us towards the right angle of the purpose, to pursue that purpose, and so that the purpose is something that is enjoyable, so that you can continue to pursue this thing. And I love what you said, that your purpose is to grow next year, which is awesome. That's my purpose. I also want to grow next year. I want to be better. I want to be a better leader. I want to be a better husband. I want to be a better father. I want to be a better friend. I want to be a better business owner. I want to be a better pastor. I want to grow and become better. And if I can become better, then it means that I can, not necessarily that I want to do more, but I want to bring more value to people. I want to bring more purpose. I want to fulfill more of my purpose in bringing what I have to the world, and so that I can make the world a better place, and so that, a better place is, so I can.
Why not?
Well, it's like it can only get. Yes, I guess so. So that I can help people to grow and to become who they were made to be, who they're supposed to be.
Yeah, that's true, and I love what we just said, to grow as well, because most of the time when people talk about purpose, they just mind money, cars, or like things that are tangible. But people don't understand that your first purpose must be your growth, because more you grow, more these things that are physical, that are material, will grow as well. You growing as a business owner will make you make more money.
Yep.
Because by growing, we say now, okay, what was my problem? What didn't cause me to grow this year? No, okay, my sale was not good. So 2023, I'm going to learn how to sell.
Yes.
You grow in your selling, or you grow in your marketing, or you grow in your leadership, and then other things will grow with you, and then you will see it, because that's the only one that we can measure our growth. It's in the world, as you said, no, to change the world. To change the world is not to change the world in the sense that sound, but to change the world. Your world is your family. People that you are, where you are leading. You are a pastor in the church. When you grow, your church is your world. It will change more in the way you work with people, in the way that you see people, in your way that you do things, the God work. So growth must be our first purpose, because that's why you see even us, Oxano, our new banners. So we say unlock your growth, and Oxano itself, it's growth. So we believe that growth must come first so that things can change.
Yes.
You want to make money, start by growing. You must grow.
Hey, if you want to make an impact, because the thing is, we have to remember, and we've said this before, is that money is a tool. It cannot be a goal. If I want to make more money, then I have to go deeper and ask why. Because if I get money, but that money doesn't have purpose, just like we're talking about purpose, if my money doesn't have purpose, then that money will become a burden to me. It will actually destroy me instead of building me up. So even in that, it's important that we grow so that we can have capacity in order to have purpose in everything that we do. Otherwise, it becomes vanity. It becomes emptiness. It becomes striving to the wind, and you get stuff, but you still feel like you're not satisfied. So it's very important that that purpose begins, and whether our purpose is to grow, or we can say my purpose is I want to be a better something, or I want to help so-and-so or this group of people. It will be different for every person, but regardless of what your purpose is, it's going to start with growth. Because if you were not able to fulfill that purpose this year, or maybe you're aiming higher next year, growth is the key. And growth is an incredibly beautiful process. And what makes passion alive, and I've seen this even in us and in myself, and as we work in the company and in the church and in different environments, that when people are growing and they can see the growth in their lives and the consequences, the results of that, the fruit of that growth, it inspires them. So, wow, look at, I made a difference. Like you that person is making more money and can provide for their family because we helped them, and that sparks passion. And so your growth brings passion, and in the intern, your passion drives growth towards greater purpose, so that you can now reach a greater and greater purpose. But if we start our year off and we haven't given this a thought, when you hit January 1 and you have not thought about this, like your purpose for the year, your vision for the year, your goals for the year, which is the stuff we're going to talk about next week, the P's that we won't say right now, you have to wait for them. I know it's not please, it's not pumpkins, but if I start off my year and I don't know what my purpose is for this year, and I'm not reflecting on what this year is past, like we had this really great workshop over the weekend, right, with Advancement Solutions, one of our clients. We had a collaborative workshop together with them, and we did a workshop on vision and goal setting. And it was so awesome to see how just getting people to think about the year that is past, what worked, what didn't work, and then kind of looking forward to the year that is coming. What do I want to reach? Like you could see the fire in people's hearts. Like somehow you realize all of a sudden, wow, I didn't do the things I thought I would do. Or, this year was actually hard, but wow, I did do some, like I achieved something this year. And that gets us excited for the next year, and just know that there is a purpose for every year. And we cannot just end this year by kind of throwing in the towel and saying, well, I'm tired now, I'm not going to think about next year. Well, if you start next year and you haven't thought about this, you're already one step behind, right? You're going to not be able to start on the right foot. You're not going to be able to start with that passion and that excitement, because you won't have that purpose in your heart to something that you can aim and strive towards, and things you can think about and pray about and plan for the next year. But if you don't start now with thinking about purpose, your why is next year important? Why does 2023 matter? Because if it doesn't matter to you, if it's not important, then why do you do what you do? Why have a business? Why continue to try and grow? It has to start with, as Simon Sinek says, start with why.
Yeah, it's very important to know your why, because by knowing your why, you'll discover your what, and your who,
how,
and your how. So why it's that's where everything starts. Why do you want to grow? Why do I want to grow? And once I discover why I want to grow, now I will do my homework of trying now to start with what and what to grow. Let me give one simple example. I said I want to grow in 2023. How can I grow? I have to do study, I will study. If no study, I want to maybe to grow in selling. I love selling. I love copywriting. I love talking, as I'm talking to you right now. But I want to do more. You see. So what must I do? That's the what to do, and now I have to look for what I want to do and all these things, and then how to do it. Now I can say, okay, I want some books. I have to read some books, and I will have to do this, or I have to associate. I have to listen. I have to listen to Unlock Your Growth podcast, so that I
absolutely
I can So those your why is where everything starts, and that's where the purpose come in, because the purpose will now make you question the rest of all the things that comes after. Yeah. So we have to be aware, and then we have to really sit and then think about that. Okay, what's really the purpose can be the big. It's gonna be there's a long-term one it's gonna be your vision. It's gonna be part of it. Okay, in 5 years, in 10 years, this is what I want to be. But for you to, there's someone who said, travel, he said any travel travel, I know it in French, voyage, you go check it.
Voyage. It's English also has it's a voyage or an adventure or
an adventure.
Yes.
Any adventure starts by one step. So you have the vision, you have everything that you want to accomplish, but you can't do it in once. Yes. So you have to start by the step, and the step for 2023 will just be your first step or your second one, because we're still in 2022 and you are doing some stuff, so it can be you continuing what you are doing, but in terms of you doing better than today, you still have to grow and learn more, and then question your failures, question your success. And then I always, this is one thing that I always say, I always ask myself, even success or your failure must be part of your vision, or it must be in your screen. Because most of the time we don't see it, what can come after I succeed. Most of the time we don't think about what is going to happen if I fail. Because we have passion, that passion, because sometimes we can reverse the passion come before the purpose. If the passion come before your purpose, that way drive people to, I don't want to say hell, but drive people aside of even their vision or even their purpose that God planned for them. Because we have to agree and understand that our purpose must always align with what God wants us to do. And then that's very important, because you can't do things that God is not want you to do. And in that way, people fail. Or even if you do it because there's a power of your will, you can push things with your will and then you can succeed, but that won't take you anyway. As you said, if all you are passionate about is money, you won't enjoy that money even when you get it.
And even if your purpose is rooted in yourself only, it runs dry very quickly. If you are living only for yourself, and even if you're thinking about the next year to come and you're thinking about purpose and you're thinking only about yourself, then that's going to run dry very quickly. Your passion will not get you through that, because you become discouraged. And even, that's why we have people understand that they need a purpose outside of themselves. So many people will give to charities or help in their communities, or see how they can be involved in some kind of maybe their church or something like that, that gives them a purpose outside of only themselves. So that's why that we ask ourselves, why do I want to do this? Is this something that I'm passionate about? And if not, can I become passionate about it? And also, is there a greater purpose to it? So there obviously we are included in that purpose, because if you are not growing and if you're not doing something for yourself, you will also not go very far, because you have to enjoy the journey. You have to see the fruit in your own life. But then that fruit, we know that fruits, yes, we eat it, but there are seeds that also bear more. They get planted, they bear more fruit, trees, and they bear more fruit, and other people can enjoy those fruits. It's not just for us. So the why that we have in planning and preparing and setting ourselves up for next year has to be deeper than the shallowness of self. It has to go deeper than that. So when you are thinking about your business, when you are thinking about your career, or maybe you're looking for a job, you have to ask that question, why? You can't answer that question in the first person. Well, I want, or I need, because then you're answering it wrong already. And that why question has to be answered in the third person, because there has to be greater purpose. And when there's greater purpose, it creates within you a passion, because it's not only for yourself, but it's for something greater. It brings in a purpose to everything that you do. So when you have a business, you understand that this is not just about me. There's other people involved. So when you want to give up, you don't, because you remember, my why. And it's like you said, every adventure or every journey starts with the first step. But that first step that you take, you have to be clear on, why am I going on this adventure in the first place? If, let's say, you want to go climb Mount Everest, if you don't have a very good reason for doing that, a good purpose, why are you climbing Mount Everest? No, because they told me it's very nice. You're gonna get maybe halfway, and you'll be like, it's not worth it. Why should I continue? So when you start your journey for next year, let's say next year is an adventure, right? Let's see it as a journey, 1 year journey. That first step, when you take that first step, your why has to be very clear. And if your why is very clear, it will give you the right passion. a passion that is not a burdensome to you. It doesn't burn you out, but actually it brings purpose to everything that happens. Like you mentioned, your success and your failures have purpose now, because you don't see failure as a blockade. You see it as a lesson. Yes, okay, my path is blocked here, but this is not so that I can't continue. It is trying to teach me how to find a different way to do something, how to be a better climber, how to think outside of the box, how to grow. It forces me to grow. And so we need those challenges. That's why mountains are all the way up, you know. It's not, mountains are not like that. You don't climb a plane as in a flat surface area. You know, you don't climb a valley. You fall down a valley.
Yeah.
But you climb mountains. Why? Because it's a constant process of growth. But the purpose is, I want to reach the top. Why do I want to reach the top? And I think that's the attitude, and that's what we should spend this month in December for. Yes, we rest, but our rest has purpose.
Yeah.
Why am I resting? So that next year when I start my journey, I can be refreshed and I know exactly why I'm doing this, and I can be focused and I can be ready to do it, so that next year I can build on this year, on the lessons that I've learned. And no matter how your year turned out to be, maybe some people, you know, some of our listeners, maybe you think that it was a horrible year, maybe you failed. Those were lessons. Not reasons to give up, but reasons to grow. And so you can build on all of those things and start your year with purpose and with passion, so that your why is clear. And then next year, I can guarantee you, you will grow and you will become a greater person, and you will be able to help many people to also grow and become better people, and to reach the world with whatever your purpose is that God made you for, to fulfill that, and be able to feel, when you get to the end of the year, you can say, yes, things didn't work out exactly the way I wanted to, but wow, it was awesome. It was an adventure. You know, we made it. We did it.
Enjoy. Like December, sit, rest, but even your rest must have a purpose, as you said. Your rest must be something that you will use to build up your strength, to build up the power to continue, to build up even your will to do, or your passion of that.
Yes.
Ask yourself questions about, why do I want to do it? And then the why is very important, because that you will know the what, the how, and the who to be with, and even the who to help, because it's not about you alone. Your purpose is not about you. In whatever you do, must always think big, or see the bigger picture, because it's all about who you are helping, or who you are working for. You know, because I don't think we can live alone in this world. In whatever we do, there's always the things people that we have to help. If I'm addressing a business owner right now. You are doing a business because you want people to buy things, your product, or your service. So if your purpose is to help those people, you will work on the quality. You will see, how can I make these things to be nicer, or these things to be more, to help more people, my services. How can I upgrade my services? How can I give more? So that will make now your why get sense, and then even you to enjoy, because when people are enjoying what you're doing, you will enjoy as well. But if people are not enjoying what you're doing, you want to enjoy. Imagine that you have your business and you are getting like negative feedback. You know, you won't be happy. So this December, this year, it was what it was. Maybe it was a big success, or maybe it was a big failure, but sit and think while you are resting, and then think on a way you can first why you are doing what you are doing, why you should continue what you are busy doing, and then how you can ameliorate yourself, how you can do things to be better. And then I think if the passion and the purpose are together, nothing will block you, unless if it's not God will.
And that will make, so your passion and your purpose will lead you then to the next 2 P's that we're going to talk about next week. So those 2 P's is, the first one is that it will help you to prepare, and the second one is
Perseverance.
to have perseverance. So we're going to talk about preparation and perseverance next week. Thank you so much for listening to this week's podcast. As always, thank you for listening. Thank you for joining us for this. We hope that you gained value from this. And if you did, please share it with somebody that you think will also gain value from this, as we do want to reach as many people as possible as part of our purpose and our passion to help people and to help companies to grow. So until the next podcast, have a wonderful day. Goodbye.
Goodbye.